All right, girls, I hope you're ready to have some fun because we're going to have one big sleepover tonight right here at my movie review extravaganza. Oh, hey, what's going on, everybody? Don't tell Barbie I'm here right now. Because Black Barbie looking kind of rough.
Hey man, I didn't catch the memo. I didn't know this was a thing.
Oh, you know this is always a thing. You know it's always a thing. Talking about catching things and catching memos and catching things. I caught this homeless transvestite.
I see y'all had the same game plan going on.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you know Barbie is all about inclusiveness, diversity, even the hairy ones.
I was about to say.
What's wrong with my hair?
You know, Barbie's all about diversity.
Sorry, I look better than you.
Yeah, even the Barbies with dicks could come. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
Rastaman! Rasta Barbie!
Yeah, I got that shit.
Edie Barbie! Edie man, Barbie!
No, man.
Barbie's beach house, man! Smoke some of Barbie's dream weed over here.
Oh, I did.
Folks, if you can't tell, we're about to get into our review for Barbie. One more time, though, I want to thank our very talented toasty out there, Christian, who did this picture. I like that picture right there. This picture of not Barbie, but Pixie. And me, I'm just Corey. I'm just in her world.
That's a really good picture.
It's a great picture.
Yeah, the detail on Pixie is amazing.
It is. I live to just be noticed by Pixie right here. And it's hard to do with this big ass eyes. She sees everything. But you did a great job. Great job at that. Great job at that picture. Love it. Love it. All right. You're not done yet. I'm putting your ass to work today. Don't get too comfortable. Oh, let's see here. But as far as the movie Barbie goes, let's go ahead and get into our review. And everybody knows, I mean, some people say it's a problem. Barbie is perfect. Barbie is the perfect woman. Barbie lives in the perfect place. She lives in Barbie land, where there's a diverse group of Barbies there, as well as Kens. And everything is, well, it's perfect. You know, everybody's there partying. Everybody's beautiful. Everybody's hot. Everybody's flawless. Until Barbie says, hey, anybody ever think about death? What the hell? You know, that is death. What is that? And whatever that is, I don't like it. I don't like the way you said that. Don't nobody ever die in Barbie land. What the hell are you talking about? Seems like Barbie's having an existential crisis. And, you know, she has to go to the real world. Leave Barbie land, go to the real world to find out exactly what is going on with her. What are these feelings that I'm having? What happened to my perfect life and my perfect world? Ken, on the other hand, Ken is like, this bitch makes me feel like this all the time. Ken just lives to be noticed by Barbie. And he goes to the real world with her because, hey, if Barbie's not around, then what's the use of Ken's existence? But when they both go to the real world, they both find out some things that Barbie does not like, and some things Ken absolutely loves. And when Ken takes that knowledge back to perfect old Barbie land, it has catastrophic effects on everybody. Let's go ahead and that's pretty ambitious for a Barbie film. Really? You know, I thought Barbie was gonna drive around in our car and just have fun at parties and, you know, hang out with her friends. Well, you're talking about an existential crisis. You know, we're talking about Barbie having to reject Ken half the time and Ken fighting for her attention. Did I just see a trans Barbie up in there? Oh my God, this is just what happened to my simple, beautiful world of Barbie. Let's go ahead and take a look at this movie. Is it too complicated? Or is this exactly what a Barbie movie needs to be? We're going to go ahead and watch this trailer, which people have seen over and over again. But guess what? You're going to watch it one more time. And then we're going to come back with our reviews.
This is the best day ever. It is the best day ever. So is
Wait a minute, that Barbie sounds like a man. What the
yesterday, and so is tomorrow, and every day from now until forever. Closer I am to
my car. Get the hell out of my ride. Because stowaway, man.
That's hilarious.
I know. Ryan Gosling, man. Ryan Gosling. There's been a lot of talk about Ryan Gosling in this movie. Is the hype real? Well, let's continue.
I'm coming with you.
Okay.
Ideas live forever.
Let's start by doing this. Let's save people a lot of time before we get into any deep review right here. Let's save people a lot of time by saying who will like this movie and who will hate this movie. All right, I mean, let's just, you can stick around for the review after that, but let's just go ahead and just put that list out there.
Let's get it out the way.
Let's get it out the way. So let's start out with the hate. Who's gonna hate this movie? If you ever took your 12-pack of Bud Light in the backyard and shot it, you were going to hate this movie. If you watch Fox News, or if you work for Fox News, or if you are Fox News, you are not going to like this. This is not for you.
If he say woke 5 times a day, you don't like this shit.
Anti-feminist, anti-trans, anti-gay, ultra-Christian.
If you're a jerk.
If you they got a trans Barbie in here, that is not for you. If even a drop of diversity or anything slightly different from whatever you experience in your life makes you so mad that you actually have to use the word woke, then you are not going to like this. This is not a criticism, by the way, of you, if you're any of these people. I'm not taking any sides here. But let's be honest. If that is you, you're not going to like this movie. Y'all are going to, let's just be real with each other. Y'all going to be the ones who are doing boycotts. Y'all going to be the ones who are writing articles about this. You're going to be the ones on TV talking about Barbie's a pedophile.
Oh, I can't wait for all that shit.
Yeah, you're going to be talking about Barbie's indoctrinating kids and little girls and teaching them how to be lesbians and, and again, rapists and whatnot. Can we be honest? That is going to be you. And it's no criticism. It's just, we're being real with each other. Now, who will like this movie? Progressive-minded women, ultra-liberals, cinephiles, not pedophiles, cinephiles, cinephiles, people who love movie references, and especially those who love to let you know that, oh, I got that. Shit, you laugh at shit that's really not that funny. Kubrick. If you're like that, then that's you, and you love independent film. This is one, and again, a lot of people are gonna criticize me for saying this, but I mean no harm. I think it's real. Very flamboyant gay men.
Yep.
Are going to love this movie.
So that's 50% of the movie.
That is, yeah. There's a lot of homoeroticism that goes on in this movie. For dudes who don't have dicks, there's a lot of homoeroticism that goes on in this. Also, anyone looking for something different from mainstream Hollywood, you'll probably like this. And kids, it's a lot of there's a lot of issues in this movie that is probably aimed at adults, but it's not something that kids can't watch. And I think kids will enjoy this. You're looking at this and I'm just thinking, who knew Barbie would be the biggest personality test for the culture wars in America? But it is. And I'm being serious with this. You can immediately tell most people, I'm not going to generalize too much, but you can immediately tell who most people are, what their personalities are like, if you put Barbie in front of them, the Barbie movie, that is. Mm-hmm. And all extremes aside, I would just say this. Hey, look, if you're an average straight guy, no politics or anything involved, this might not be your demographic. I mean, it might not be some women's demographic out there. But I think that kind of covers a lot, though, of who would definitely like and hate this. But as for myself, I'm going to pass it on to these guys over here. I will say that as for myself, where I stand on this, I give this movie points for just existing. Mm-hmm. This is way better than a Barbie movie should be.
It had no right to be as good as it actually
had
is.
no right to be this good. And I'll tell you why. I spent so many moments watching this movie saying, how the hell did they get away with this? When I watch this and I say during the pitch of this movie, how did they not pick up the director, Greta Gerwig? What's her name? Greta Gerwig? How did they not pick up Greta Gerwig and toss her ass through a window?
You're doing too much.
Yeah, because there's so many, just on the pitch for this film, there's so many levels where this should have been killed before it even reached script form.
Yeah, it's really cool that Mattel clearly let someone passionate just go in and do their thing.
Right, yeah.
No, it is. It is. It sounds like you guys are favorable to this, though.
I'll just say, like, before I actually saw the movie, I was hearing some things. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be a fan of this. But like sitting down watching it after 30 minutes, I'm like, I'm actually enjoying what the hell is going on. Like the writing is actually, like you said, favorable, actually very good. Man, the story, like you said, had no right to be as good as it actually was.
Yeah, it's very weird.
I was pretty blown away by it. I thought that some of the stuff we saw in the trailer was just done for the trailer, but this movie was able to break the fourth wall and be consistently funny and have a tone that didn't feel preachy to me, and it was making me laugh the whole time.
The reason why I say that this movie should have been killed before it even reached script form is because, let's go ahead and start with one huge reason, one extremely huge reason right here, and that is Mattel. We're not even talking about the movie studio, we're talking about the toy studio. Or the toy factory, or the toy company.
Who own the brand.
The people who own this brand. Mattel, the toy company, is out to sell toys, okay? And there are points in this movie where it is the worst commercial for a Barbie toy.
Yeah, they are literally the butt end of the joke.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Because Barbie, listen, there are moments in here where Barbie is accused. I'm looking at some things where Barbie is accused by a bunch of girls of ruining their self-esteem. They said you put this unobtainable image of females out there due to male-driven capitalism. And and even I was in the theater looking at Mattel like, you gonna let this bitch talk to you like that? I was like, wow, man. And plus the movie goes off-brand a little bit. And the way that happens is because Barbie is shooting Ken down all the time. All the time. She put his ass in the friend zone at the beginning of this movie,
instantly.
man. Look, she don't even want to be around him right now. She put his ass in the friend zone at the beginning of the movie. Everybody thinks of Barbie and Ken being a couple.
Yeah.
Sure, you're buying, Ken, yes, Ken is an accessory, all right? we get that. Ken's just a tool, man. He's just an accessory to go with Barbie. But we all assume that they are an item.
Yes, yeah, they're a pair.
They're a pair, and they make it clear right here, like, I ain't saying what happened at the end of the movie, but they said Barbie, it's almost like Barbie trying to find other dudes. You're like, I ain't with him. Him? No, that's not my boyfriend. Don't worry about it. No, no, I'll give you my number. It's that's one reason why Mattel just, this is not the most flattering image to most of the movie of Barbie. They've taken the biggest criticisms of Barbie by a lot of people, especially females, and put it in a film. And I never think they'll be able to do that. Two is social commentary. There are moments where this is a full attack on, well, in the movie they say, on the patriarchy. This is a full attack on dudes, all right? On men, all right? This is a full attack on... The movie stops to look at man and say, I'm sick of your shit, okay? And by the way, all you guys in the audience, you ain't as cool as you think you are. Not at all. And that chick you with, she had to put up with a lot before she got with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something that Ken does in the movie, and I heard the couple sitting next to me, the chick was like, you did that when we first met.
It really does make you, because I didn't have anybody. I didn't take a date to the movie with me or anything, but I was looking at myself like, shit, is that me? Did I do any of this stuff? It can make you feel a little self-conscious, which is why, you're going to get a lot of criticism about this movie, because they're going to say it's an attack on man. They're teaching women to hate man. They're trying to make men hate themselves, I will say this. There are times in the movie where if I had a complaint, I would say the social commentary, it can be a little heavy and very almost too straightforward at times. Because they relying on stereotypes in the movie. Because like when they got to the real world, dudes would just, it's almost like dudes, all the dudes were just horny.
Yeah, for Barbie.
Yeah, for Barbie, yeah.
It's the real world. What's going on? Why are these men looking at me?
Yeah, they're also staring at me.
I'm like, God damn, all right,
Come on, now.
ain't every man that bad.
Yeah,
I was like,
ain't nobody. Well,
LA is pretty intense.
it is.
that intense.
I said, when she got to the real world, the dudes might just have been standing around their dicks hanging out.
Yeah.
I was like,
You like what you see?
Yeah. they actually had construction workers say, do fries go with that shake? I was like,
I'm like, bro, nobody's gonna act like this.
nah.
Throwing out all the classic lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where I had to say, like, all right, that's a little much right there. But this is a fantasy world. And I have to say that, they know it's all exaggerated. I thought that was a little too much right there. But I will say that the social commentary, well, it is what raises this movie above the average summer blockbuster.
Definitely.
You're right. Yeah.
But, this movie has something to say. And I admire it for saying it and saying it strong. And like I said, and there are reasons why I can appreciate the social commentary in this. Because, I'm not liking it just because they said it. That's because that would just be preaching. Because I'll tell you this, if it wasn't done right, it would fall flat. And there are two main things in this movie that they did that kept the social commentary meaningful and not too heavy-handed.
And clever, and for the most part.
And clever, yeah. That's because then they had a sense of fun with it. Despite having very strong opinions and being very socially conscious, the movie doesn't take itself that seriously.
No, not at all.
No, not at all, man. It's ridiculous in a smart way.
It's pretty much a musical also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you, there were things in the movie that I saw in the trailer that I'll let you know right now. I was actually turned off by it. And I said, if they continue to do this to the whole movie, I'm not about this at all.
If I wasn't severely injured, I would beat you off right now, Ken.
I'll beat you off with you any day, Ken.
Anyone who wants to beach him off has to beach me off first.
I will beat both of you off.
You're gay. I get it. All right. It's a gay joke. I get it. Okay. All right. It's very homoerotic.
Yeah, and that's really the only time that they do something like that.
Yeah. No, it is. Because, in the movie's very goofy at times, but, they didn't, that joke I think was, I didn't think it was good. I thought it was a bad joke, but they only do that once in the movie. So the rest of the movie does not do that. The movie is it's actually very goofy at times, especially when you get to the boardroom.
Yeah, to the corporate places.
Yeah, when they start going to the corporate places with this, especially with where you have Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, yeah.
As the head CEO of Mattel. They're just a bunch of goofballs, man. But they're not stupid though. That's the thing. I would say they're just very corporate. Yeah. And the movie and they're not any sillier than what the rest of the movie is.
Definitely.
They like tickle fights. It's they chase each other in silly ways around the office when they're trying to catch Barbie.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. They do a good job of establishing what Barbie Land is like and making the real world seem different. But the corporate part of it, they have a way of making that look silly that really worked. Where it's like, I was worried for a second. I was like, is this going to become like a really over the top thing the whole time? But they have a moment where they push it and then they pull back.
Yeah. And here's the second thing with this movie, why the social commentary works with this, and that is it stays true to the toy. It's because at first it seemed like it's critical of Barbie, but it's actually very respectful of the property, enough to where they weave the history into the humor. They know they know it's enough to still see the humor through this this humor sometimes through a child's perspective.
And that's where some really great comedy comes from, is just the honesty of looking back at the history of Barbie. Like, there's some weird
Things that,
And they let you know all those Barbies are real.
Immediately.
And Ken's too. You know, there's some weird Barbies. You think they just made them up for the movies? Like, nah,
it was out there.
No, and like I said, you know, some of this they still see through a child's eyes. You know, a lot of this kind of feels like Toy Story in a way. You know, like if Andy, you know, was
invisible and not really there,
or if Woody really made himself known to Andy, you know, was chasing after him in the real world all the time. You know, it has a very Toy Story extension feel to it. You know, because and I say this because there are moments here where they actually talk about how girls play with Barbies, and they let you know girls are shitty with their toys too.
Them little Barbies up.
I'm gonna make this mine.
Oh yeah, they told you that, you know, half these girls that play with Barbies, they're like little Sids from Toy Story, man.
They probably a little worse.
They're worse. They tear those dolls up, man. And they actually work that into the movie. There's a great part in here where you have what's her name, Kate McKinnon, as weird Barbie. She's the Barbie that's been torn up by some sadistic ass little girl who cut off the hair and put all weird kind of Joker makeup on her.
Stretched her out.
Yeah.
Hello? Humans. We're fine.
And Ellen.
Make them weird by playing too hard.
It's cool.
You know,
honestly, that was probably my favorite performance I've ever seen from her. Like, she totally nailed that part.
Oh, she did, man. Yeah, she did, because she's a weird chick herself.
She's kind of fitting in.
Yeah, she is a weird Barbie. And by the way, again, I don't know what this was about, but for some reason they decided to give in real life on the toy line. They decided to give Ken a friend named Alan, which nobody ever gave a shit about.
Yeah, he's his buddy.
Yeah, which no one cares about Alan at all.
He can wear the same clothes as Ken. All this was on the box.
He gets the hand-me-down.
Yeah.
Barbie Land in the movie, Barbie Land is pretty great because what they do with Barbie Land is, you know, they incorporate all the Barbie accessories. You know, all the play sets and, you know, all the cars and whatnot and, you know, the houses. And it's, you know, they were very, not only respectful, but very detailed oriented with the history of Barbie. And so that was kind of cool to see, you know, and like I said, I don't know that much about Barbies, but I could tell just by looking at this and what they did by telling you about the history of Barbie in the movie. It's like, damn, y'all really put some work into the history here.
Dedicated.
And thankfully, they did that all for the sake of humor, which is why this movie is successful, I think.
Yeah, no, exactly. Now it's time to stop and talk about my own little baby doll right here. Pixie, as y'all saw with this picture over here. Pixie, I just live to be admired by Pixie. I'm in Pixie's world. And that is why, you know, if Pixie is part of my existence, if she's the reason for my existence, I have to make sure that she's around for a long time. So I got to give her the good stuff. I got to give her the good food. So I want to thank our sponsor right now, which is The Farmer's Dog. And I'm actually happy to tell y'all about this because The Farmer's Dog, they deliver fresh and, more importantly, healthy food to your little babies out there. It's recommended by most vets. It's balanced nutritionally and is made from human grade ingredients.
It's made from people.
No, you gotta be careful how you say that too, because they don't want you to say these kind of things. And they'll come back to me. Did he just say we're made from human beings?
Made by humans.
There you go. Made by humans who know dogs out there. And it's made by, it's human grade ingredients that go into this, that is made in safe and clean kitchens. So I want to let y'all know that I use this now. They sent me some samples and I feed it to the dogs and they love it. And so I don't get free samples anymore. I've actually signed up for their service because, you know, I've read about what goes into it. I'm very conscious about what I'm feeding my dogs right now. And what really makes this easy is that it is delivered and they deliver a lot of food in these pouches. And I have it stored in there. This will last them for over a month. And then after that, you get another shipment. You know, with dried and wet dog food, you know, those are very processed, man. And thus, you know, it's very low quality in the ingredients that they use. With the farmer's dog, they use much higher quality. And here's the thing, it's already portioned out. Here's the cool thing with this. They'll ask you about your dogs, take all this information, their weight, their size, what kind of food they like and whatnot, and then they send it to you and they put the names on the package. Yeah, this is Mojo's food. They say, this is how much you need to feed Mojo. This is how much you need to feed little Pixie right here. So they portion it out for you already. So you don't have to take any guesswork on how much to feed them. Yeah, the package comes with, hey, they say cut right here, and this is how much you give to your little baby right there.
It's for you idiots out here.
You what's that?
It's for you idiots out here.
But yeah, and listen, this is all beneficial for many things, man. A healthier coat, better skin, better breath. And it's easier to digest, and so they have smaller and better poops. And look, I'm not gonna even lie to you. This dog went and took a poop in both of them. And I said, wow, the quality of their poop is much better. It's not as squishy. It's not
feels better in my hands.
Yeah, I pick it up much easier now. It's like, man, juggle with it. Now their poops came out more manageable for me. So yeah, man, listen.
I've never heard that before.
You know what? Pick up enough dog poop. You'll get it. You'll get it, man. Yeah, it made my job a lot easier having to pick up behind them.
Well, that's good to hear.
Nah, the farmer's dog, man. I'm actually loving this, and like I said, I use it. I'm not being sent free samples anymore. I signed up for the service. So if you would like to do that, look, get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/toasted. I want to thank the Farmer's Dog for sponsoring this portion of the show, and I want to thank all of you out there for your support as usual.
Give your dog that Barbie dream diet.
There you go. Your dog be pooping pink. Little muffins.
Healthy though.
This looks good. So this is I was talking about how this looks like feels like a Toy Story movie, an extension of a Toy Story movie in a way. I was talking about Sid from Toy Story a little while ago. This really is like Pixar at its best, and also feels like the Lego movie. If those things were brought to live action, it has that kind of humor in there. It has that kind of sharp wit and smart writing.
And at the same time, I think they kind of paved their own path with this movie. As far as like the look and the script goes, together, it is a very unique product that you come to at the end of the day.
I'm glad you brought that up, man, because in addition to the humor, which we've been talking about a lot in this, the production design, the humor mixes well with the production design. I think they said that there was a shortage of pink paint.
Yeah.
Because of what was being used on this movie right here.
Oh, I could definitely see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the humor mixes very well with the production design in this. The production design is almost meant to be a comedy in itself, but it's beautiful, man. It's amazing.
And it blends in multiple levels of CGI with these practical effects. Like some things look blatantly fake, and some of it just looks to be like fake sparkles, It never tries to fool you with it. Mm-hmm. And it works. It's a very consistent style.
And it's my production assistant, Kevin King, he must know me very well because I haven't said this to a lot of people, but he remembers. He sent me a video today, and one of the things that appeals to me with this movie is the look of it, the bright, bright colors. And so he said, man, you mentioned a long time ago that one of your favorite foreign movies was known for its colors. And it turns out that Greta Gerwig, you can see right here, was actually inspired by this movie. It is truly one of my favorite foreign films. Is called The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's a French film, and that movie has such great set design and colors, and she said that was a big influence on this film right here.
I loved the use of color, and the sort of surrealness in the color was a big part of it, and how you'd shoot, 5 different shades of pink or...
That's a lot of pink. 5 different shades of pink at one time. Nah, and if you haven't seen Umbrellas of Cherbourg, man, you should. It's a great film if you love movies, man. It's just a wonderful movie to put on and watch, just visually. But anyway, she also said that Pee-wee's Big Adventure was a big influence on the humor here.
You can see it.
Yeah, you can, like that, because it turns into for just a little bit of road trip film.
Yeah, and even like her whole routine reminded me of that. Like the look of the props. Like there's something that's really cool about the way that these things look blatantly fake, and they're real practical items.
Yeah, like I mean, like even at the beginning of the movie, she has a routine. It's like when Pee-wee gets up.
Yep.
But then there's like I said, man, it's just silly Pee Wee Herman humor in here. That whole chase scene, that foot chase with Will Ferrell and Barbie and through the office, it's ridiculous, man. And this movie very much reminds me of just the very, very lightweight and just very, anything goes kind of goofiness and silliness of Pee Wee's Big Adventure, man. Because it's created his own world. Like, it's no question that Barbie can leave Barbie Land and come to the real world. It's that the movie's almost like a fable for, feminine voices in a way. It's set up its own rules. It's just a fantasy world. Barbie can leave and go wherever she wants, and sometimes she needs to come talk to somebody in the real world. It's just a given. Over at Mattel, they're just kind of like, yeah, it happens sometimes, so.
And it's nicely consistent with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Acting, everyone is having a great time in this film, man.
Blast.
Everyone is having a great time in this movie, man. That's real, right? Everybody's having a good time with this. Great casting with Margot Robbie as Barbie, man. That's a given. But it's your boy Ryan Gosling that steals the show here, man.
He does a lot of scenes.
Yeah, he does. And it also is credited to his writing is very good. The character is so well thought out to be in a movie. It's really smart.
Well, Ryan Gosling as Ken in this movie, he steals the show because, his character, he has the biggest arc. He has the biggest revelations. They give him the most tools to steal this movie, man. This character has some of the funniest stuff in here.
Oh man,
because he's such a ditz in the film. He's a fool in this movie, man. And he has the scene stealers, the big scene stealers in the movie. Like he has a war scene that somehow, some way leads into a musical number.
But it's Barbie and Ken.
I have feelings.
That damn pimp coat singing a love ballad, looking like the Backstreet Boys.
And the what's it called? His belt buckle looking like the logo for Metallica.
That heavy metal logo. Just looking belt buckle. Yeah, man. Yeah, this movie's a lot of different things too. They just kind of, again, probably should not work together like as well as it does, but it does.
Yeah, kind of like one of the 21 Jump Street movies where it's like, how is this coming together the way it is?
That's a great comparison right there, 21 Jump Street. Another comparison to another movie I'll give you, when the trailer first dropped, and I heard that Greta Gerwig and her partner Noah Baumbach was going to be directing this. They would want to be writing this, and she was going to be directing it. As you know, they're known for indie films, mostly. And more intimate films, and definitely films that are more grounded. When they said that they were directing Barbie, it reminded me of a movie from back in the 80s that was also directed by mostly independent filmmaker who took a very, very big property, and he was hired to make a mainstream movie of that property. That's Robin Williams, who was a great Popeye. I saw this back when I was a kid, man, in the theaters. And I remember just people saying that if for some reason, it just did not hit. And so I thought that that's what was going to happen. They said that he tried to make it his kind of movie, even though he tried his best to capture the sensibilities of the cartoon character Popeye, the comic strip character Popeye. But it was still his movie. This is Greta Gerwig's movie for sure. But for some reason, she understands, not only Barbie, but she understands the audience that will see this, and she knows enough not to bring her too independent sensibilities to this. Surprisingly, she knows very well how to entertain her audience, man.
Yeah, you got to give her credit because it's almost like she knew how the audience was going to react to this.
Yeah, she read the room. And
definitely.
She didn't come here trying too hard to be an art film director saying I want to make my Barbie. She says, I got some things to say and I'm gonna say it, but I can't say it too crazy to these people, otherwise they're not gonna like it. And so she played to the crowd very well, man. This is not gonna work for everyone, as I said. Some people just are not in the demographic for this, and people it's not gonna be the humor. Of course, that's with anything. But you know what? I enjoyed the film, and I enjoyed the film largely due to the to them making a movie that attempts to go beyond marketing for an IP. Not this. They didn't make this as a toy commercial. It is in a way, but
it goes way beyond that.
Oh, it goes way beyond that. They didn't make this as a toy commercial. They didn't make this as something to just some quickly written script just to get a film out there because they already have a recognizable brand. No, they made something that caught the balance of saying something, being smart, and also being entertaining. A lot of people are going to be mad at me because I'm mentioning Barbie in the same sentence as this other film, and y'all going to say I'm trying to make a comparison. I am not making a comparison between these two movies except for one simple thing. Barbie made me think of The Dark Knight. And the reason why it made me think of The Dark Knight...
Really?
Yeah, because The Dark Knight...
I gotta hear this.
Well, if you think about it, Christopher Nolan did The Dark Knight, and he did it striving to make something more than a superhero movie.
Okay.
You know, he went and he said, I don't care about this being Batman. I don't care about selling toys. I want the best script for this. I'm going to take this kind of seriously, and I'm going to have something to say with this movie. But I'm going to make sure we have great performances, a great story. I'm going to make sure that we have, a good film in place. Not just something to sell a Batman action figure.
I see what you're saying. It goes beyond the brand itself.
Yeah.
It's doing more than it should.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And that's what Barbie did. Barbie did the same thing that Christopher Nolan did. I'm not here to just do Barbie. I'm here to make something meaningful. And so I give this a low full price, man. I really.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, I gotta admire what they did. I mean, I will reward somebody who if they're making a real film. And she made a real film, and it worked for the audience. I believe this is going to work for the audience that's going to see this. But at the same time, it's not meaningless, And not everybody might not like the message. Maybe I don't like everything they're saying in here. But I like the fact that they were able to put it out there. But again, not to be too preachy about it. Although at the end, like I said, be ready to hear something. Be ready to hear Fox News, mom organizations, some Christian organizations, be ready for them to talk shit about this movie all day long for about a week.
I would give it just about the same as you. I give it a full price for sure. I mean, this is hands down the best comedy I've seen all year. The only other comedy that I've seen isn't really a comedy. And the jokes are smart. The style of the movie pops, and it moves at a great pace. It's only at the very end I was like, all right, wrap this up. Like you're messing around a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you're losing focus. But again, I'll give it a lot of credit because the end of the movie, hats off to you, Mattel. You did it.
Yeah, no, this movie definitely surprised me. Going into this one, I was gonna feel like this is gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a very boring film. But I'm sorry. I only went because I was a movie critic. If I was not a movie critic, I would never saw this movie. Mm-hmm. But I'm so glad I actually saw this movie. There's actually things I got to learn. I actually got to learn a bit about the Barbie lore. The characters in the movie. Look, a lot of the actors got to really express their range in this movie. Like the Kens. Who plays Shang-Chi?
Simu Liu? Is that how you say Simu?
Yeah,
is that how you say his name, y'all?
Simu Liu. And then who plays the villain from Secret Invasion?
Oh, I forgot that guy, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he is great in this film.
That's him. That's him behind Ryan Gosling right there.
And he's he's a villain in Secret Invasion, but in here he's he's a gay guy, and it's like you get to see the range on his acting ability.
He's Ken, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Another thing is what I didn't see coming. The musical numbers in this. Phenomenal. I did not see that coming. I didn't expect this movie to be a musical.
Yeah, they make really strong choices with the music.
Yes, and it's actually a very good soundtrack that they're playing also.
Oh. Yeah, no, it is. Like I love that dance number they did at the beginning of the party. But yeah, as a musical number, it's great that worked.
But to see that the writers, the set design, everything was just well crafted, a lot of effort brought into the movie. It bumps it up for me. I'm giving this a high matinee.
High matinee, good. Well, no, let me ask you this: not because we gave it a full price, but what would keep you from giving it a full price?
I thought it shouldn't have been as long. Honestly,
yeah, I agree with you on that.
I was like, there probably needs to be like 15 minutes cut from this, honestly.
But all this being said, dude, this is going to be a Better Than Sex for some people, and it's going to be some people's favorite movie of the year, man.
I see more adults. I know somebody getting there, no bullshit. I know somebody getting their fingernails painted hot pink to go see this movie.
Yeah. Did you not see the crowd we were singing with?
Oh yeah,
all girls? Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm talking about a mom.
Oh
yeah. So, but yeah, I remember y'all those girls that were there.
All them girls, yeah.
I was telling my mom after the movie she should go see it, and she's like, yeah. No, I was telling her she should go see it, and she's like, yeah, my friend is really bothering me about it, but I don't have time.